studio microphone, on-air sports anchor voice. You know, there's something special about the way Jalen Hurts carries himself on a football field. Calm, collected, and fearless. No matter how loud the stadium, no matter how high the stakes. And recently, Philadelphia Eagles owner Jeffrey Lurie put into words what every fan in Philly has already felt for years. This man is built differently. Through 7 games, the Eagles stand tall at 5-2, and once again, Hurts is right at the center of it all. The heartbeat of a team that refuses to crack under pressure. But what exactly makes him so unstoppable when the game tightens, when the lights burn brightest? Let's dive into that. Eagle, the leader who thrives in chaos. When Jeffrey Lurie spoke about Hurts, it wasn't just praise, it was admiration for something intangible, something deeply rooted in who Hurts is as a person. It's one of the reasons we build the roster the way we do, with people like Jalen, Lurie said. You have to have that resilience and understanding. If you can't block out most of the noise, you're not going to maximally perform. And Jalen is one of those where, the more noise there is, the better he performs. Think about that for a second. The more noise, the better he performs. It's poetic. In the chaos of an NFL Sunday, when defensive lines are roaring and fan bases are screaming, Hurts doesn't just survive, he thrives. And that, my friends, is Philadelphia football. Tough, gritty, unshakable. It's why this city fell in love with him. Bar chart Hurts by the numbers. Now, let's talk stats, because as much as Hurts' leadership stands out, the numbers back it all up. Through Week 7, Hurts has completed 69.7% of his passes, throwing for 1,498 yards, 11 touchdowns, and only 1 interception. Add in his trademark mobility, 185 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns, and you've got one of the most balanced quarterbacks in the entire league. That 108.9 passer rating? Elite. Pure and simple. After starting the season 4-0, the Eagles hit a small bump, dropping back-to-back games to the Broncos and Giants. But just when critics started whispering, Hurts roared back with a masterpiece against Minnesota. A perfect 158.3 passer rating and a reminder that resilience isn't just a talking point. It's who he is. Trophy, the $255 million champion. Let's rewind a bit to April 2023, when Hurts signed that 5-year, $255 million extension, a deal that made him one of the highest-paid players in NFL history. At the time, some doubted whether he could live up to that figure. Well, Hurts didn't just meet expectations. He shattered them. By February 2025, he was hoisting the Super Bowl 59 trophy, taking down Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in an unforgettable rematch. And yes, he walked away as Super Bowl MVP. That victory wasn't just another ring for Philadelphia. It was a statement. The Nick Foles miracle of 2017 wasn't a fluke. The Eagles were building something lasting. And Hurts was the cornerstone. Brain mind over mayhem. What separates Hurts from so many others isn't just arm strength or speed. It's that incredible mental toughness. Lurie's comments underline something the Eagles organization has believed for years. Talent wins games, but character wins championships. From the day Hurts was drafted in 2020, people questioned whether he could handle the pressure of following in Carson Wentz's shadow. Fast forward 5 years, and Hurts isn't just the face of the franchise, he is the franchise. Remember, this is a guy who was benched in a national championship game at Alabama, transferred to Oklahoma, rebuilt his career, and made himself an NFL star through sheer willpower. That kind of story doesn't fade, it fuels him every single Sunday. Fire the Philadelphia standard. Now, let's talk about the city behind him, Philadelphia. The fans here aren't just passionate, they're relentless. They'll boo Santa Claus if they have to. But when they love you for life. And Hurts, he's earned that love. Walk through Lincoln Financial Field on game day, and you'll hear the echoes of "Fly, Eagles fly" bouncing off every seat, every heart. Hurts embodies that spirit, humble but hungry, respectful but ruthless between the lines. And it's not just Hurts. This roster, from A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith on the outside to Jason Kelce anchoring the line and Saquon Barkley bringing fresh legs to the run game, is built for another deep playoff push. Even the defense, featuring stars like Haason Reddick and Darius Slay, feeds off Hurts' calm energy. When your quarterback believes, the locker room believes. Chart decreasing lessons from the setbacks. Sure, the 2-game skid in weeks 5 and 6 hurt. losing to Denver and then to the division rival Giants? That stung. But here's where Hurts' leadership shines again. He never points fingers. He simply says, "We'll be better," and then he is. That bounce-back win against Minnesota wasn't just a victory. It was a message to the entire NFC. The Birds are still here, still dangerous, and still hungry. Mantelpiece clock, history, and legacy. Philadelphia has always been defined by its fighters: Reggie White, Brian Dawkins, Donovan McNabb, and now Jalen Hurts. They each brought something unique to the franchise, but Hurts' blend of poise, leadership, and athleticism feels like the evolution of all of them combined. You could even draw parallels between Hurts and Dawkins, both emotional leaders who turn pain into power, pressure into fuel. And that's what makes this era of Eagles football so special. It's not just about winning games. It's about embodying a culture. Microphone imagined locker room moments. After that perfect game in Minnesota, one can imagine Hurts standing in the locker room, helmet off, sweat dripping, addressing his teammates. "They doubted us when we stumbled, but that's what pressure does. It reveals who we are. And in Philly, we rise." And maybe, in a corner of that locker room, Jason Kelce smiles, nods, and yells, "Let's run it back." Because deep down, every player in that room believes another Lombardi trophy is within reach. Crystal ball looking ahead. Now, with the Giants coming to the Link this Sunday for a Week 8 matchup before the bye, the stakes couldn't be higher. Division games always bring an extra level of intensity, especially against a rival that managed to upset Philly earlier in the year. Expect Hurts to be dialed in, laser-focused, and ready to silence any remaining doubts. If history tells us anything, it's that when Jalen Hurts faces pressure, he becomes unstoppable. And for the rest of the NFC East, that's a terrifying thought. Checkered flag final thoughts. So, as the Eagles prepare for another showdown under the bright lights of Lincoln Financial Field, the message from the top, from Jeffrey Lurie himself, is clear. The foundation of this team isn't just talent, it's resilience. And in Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia has found a quarterback who doesn't just play the game, he defines it. So Eagles fans, buckle up. The season's just getting started, and the Birds are flying high once again. Fly, Eagles, fly.